Hello everybody, my name is Tim and welcome back to Astro Addict. Today I'm gonna use the upgrade kit from Ruzeen Astronomy to upgrade my Skywatcher HEQ-5. Since I did that for the first time and I definitely don't want to break my mount, I'm just gonna film everything and explain the rest here in post. And I was able to listen to some great music in the meantime. The reason to do the modification is to improve the tracking quality, eliminate backlash, and make slewing a lot quieter. The default HEQ-5 is driven by gears, which can over time lose traction and misalign. The result will be an annoying noise and tracking inaccuracy. The modification kit from Ruzeen Astronomy includes replacement belt drives for both axes, a couple of screws and Allen keys, and a side cover. In addition to that, I also bought a pinion extractor, a tool that will definitely help you in the process. At first, here's the sound of the mount without the belt drive, just the plain old HEQ-5. That sound is definitely not intended, and we want to get rid of that. At first we open the side cover and the front cover. Get a screwdriver and open up the side panel, and after that you can unlock the front panel. And listen to some more metal. We are going to start by removing the motor of the declination axis. Locate its power plug on the motherboard and carefully remove it. 3 screws hold the motor in place. The Allen keys will fit for every type of screw there is. Get rid of those and take the whole motor out of the mount with cables attached. Next up, we have to get rid of the gears and the grease. The main gear will be locked with 2 grub screws at the front. The tiny Allen key is there for a reason. Take the gear off and clear up the remaining grease. Next, the connector plate will be removed. Keep the orientation in mind, it has to be reattached the same way. I memorized it that the cables are top right and the front is pointing at me. Get rid of the screws and put the plate aside. Now we have to remove the small pinion. That's what the extractor is for. It took me quite some time to figure it out, but there is quite a lot of force needed to get the pinion off there, even with the tool. I had to take the whole thing down the cellar and lock it up to tighten the screw of the extractor, which will pull the small pinion off its base. Clean up the grease and attach the new pinion out of the box. Be careful when tightening up the grub screws. Every time from now on, when we have to lock them down, tighten all of them at the same rate and don't use excessive force. Next up, attach I did not find a good translation for that, the spacer, and make sure they are exactly on the same level before locking it down with the grub screws from before. Reattach the connector plate and that part is done. Remove the big declination gear wheel and clean up its base. The new belt drive will fit on there like a charm. The instructions say that you have to keep a small gap of 1 to 2 millimeters between the wheel and the mount. I had to use a lot of force to get the old wheel off there. I even broke one side of the Allen key. Lock the new wheel and attach the motor. The belt must have the correct tension to work properly. Loosen the locking screws of the motor a tiny bit so you can adjust the distance. The belt does not have to be completely stiff, but tighten it up until your gut feeling says that it's good enough. Lock everything back down and the first axis is done. The right ascension axis will be the same routine. Remove the power plug, remove the motor, take off the old gears, put in the new ones and tighten the belt. Let's listen to the new and improved HEQ-5. Ah, perfect. Put on the new cover, covered with the old one, and the modification is done. Another interesting fact I saw for the first time: look at the slewing speeds the mount can handle. The slowest rate beside the sidereal tracking, rate 1, looks like this. And the fastest, like this. Isn't that amazing? It was a fun time modifying my mount. I will yet have to test if there's any benefit in terms of tracking and backlash. By now, I think that Orion will be out of reach this winter. I don't have a good location to shoot it from anymore. But nonetheless, more will come in the future. If you have any questions regarding the mod, feel free to share them in the comments. I did not read anything from the official instructions. I learned everything from my friend Ruzeen on his channel. Head over there if you want a second opinion and run through the process, link in the description. Remember the big project on the Crescent Nebula last summer? I did a small reprocess of the stack with pigs inside, and it turned out alright. My name is Tim, I'm an astro addict. I wish you clear skies and may the night be with us.